Okay, let's have a gander. What food complements whiskey?
Thank you very much for joining us for an episode of Film Club. I'm one your host, Andy Harrison. To my right, as always, it's Andy Donaldson.
Hello.
Every single week in Film Club, we invite you to watch a film with us. We bring it back here, we talk it out, and figure out whether or not that film is still worth talking about. Andy, what have we been watching this week?
In Bruges.
In Bruges. We brought In Bruges back to our little alcove.
Your alcove.
So what is In Bruges all about for those who don't know?
It's about two people that end up in fucking Bruges. It turns out they're hitmen and they're just chilling out there. One likes it. Not Ray, the other one.
Oh, Henry's the guy who's going to kill him.
Begins L. Harry's the one that's going to kill him. Basically, it's Brendan Gleeson's character. And he likes it. He's like really cultured and stuff like that. And then you got you got Ray, played by Colin Farrell, and he's just like, nah, it's fucking shit. Who'd want to come to it in Bruges? Lovely little bit at the end as well, where he's on about Bruges. Anyway, it's about them just chilling out. Turns out,
when you go to look up In Bruges on IMDb, the first cast that come up: Natalie, ticket seller, film director, overweight man. IMDb, get your shit together. Go on.
So I'm sure you'll get the name of the character. Thanks, Andy.
That's all right.
It turns out you're Ken. That's a Ken. I might have said L. So you find in the past, Ray's actually his first job. He tried to kill a priest, ended up shooting through the priest and shot a kid in the head, and he's trying to get over that. And so Harry, who's their kind of boss, orders Ken to kill Ray. So orders Brendan Gleeson's character to kill Colin Farrell. Brendan Gleeson's a bit like, I don't want to do it. Colin Farrell's like, I want to kill myself. Ken goes up to shoot him. He sees Ray's about to kill himself. He's like, no, you can't fucking kill yourself. And it just kind of spirals off from that. I don't really want to go into it too much.
Yeah. So this is, if anyone doesn't know, a film directed by a guy called Martin McDonagh. And as this popped up in the credits in the opening, I was like, Martin McDonagh, that rings a bell. Why does that ring a bell? Looked him up. Very prevalent. He's only the guy that directed 3 Billboards outside of Ebbing, Missouri.
That film with 3 billboards, and it's a long name.
Such a long title. But obviously to him, congratulations, because as of recording, he just won the BAFTA last night for Best Picture. Let's see how the Oscars go.
I didn't want to break the mug. That's why it was such a...
We've got a backup.
Yeah, but I don't want the crash light. I want the nitro.
And he's only ever directed one other film, which was 7 Psychopaths.
Yes.
But what do you think? In Bruges, you've seen this before?
No, so I've only seen the one scene where it's like, he goes, Harry, what? It's an animate fucking object. You're an inanimate fucking object. Anyway, so my mates all said to me, they all said, you'd fucking love this film, In Bruges, just fucking watch it. Like, loads of people said it to me, because I always like the Yora crack. It goes, watch that scene now. So I watch that scene now. I've never actually, some films I'll read the plot just because I'm too eager and I can't be asked watching it. But this is always one I was like, no, I want to watch it. Never got around to it until Film Club. Thanks, Film Club. So I'm glad I actually got around to watching it, and I fucking loved it. This is a film that had me like gripped all the way through. Not gripped, like not like a thriller grip, just like it kept me there because it was just so. I think the key thing in this film is fucking dialogue, and I was just how they're going on about. I was chuckling all day since watching it. I've been chuckling.
It's so like it's the film that comes out with like the unexpected gag all the time, isn't it? It's the film that like it balances these two completely different tones. And it's like, oh, serious drab, like suicide, child being killed, I'm feeling really down, and then suddenly, no, you're a fucking inanimate object.
I think he goes like that, right? But I've never seen the later part. He goes to his wife just before he leaves, and he goes, "I'm sorry for calling you an inanimate object. I was really angry." I've never seen that.
My favourite character in the film. Oh, nooks and crannies. Yes, this would be a better word than alcoves.
Yes, you could do it in the alcove. The what? I just said going on about the alcoves.
And then later on, where he's like, he told you about the fucking alcoves, didn't he?
Sure, about the alcoves and all this and probably my favourite line in it. And I was fucking, oh man, I was in hospital, like just chilling out in the waiting room. And I was fucking watching it and I was like, oh god, I look like a fucking wanker laughing by myself. It's when they sat on the table, it's where Ken meets Harry. Harry comes over and they meet at the table and Harry's pissed off because Ken let Ray go. And he sat down and he's like, you know what, mate? Ken goes, you know what, mate? You're a cunt. You're a fucking cunt. blah, cunt. And your kid's a cunt too. And he goes, you fucking call my kids cunts. You repeal that. Is it? Okay, I repeal that the kids are a cunt. Is that what he says?
He does. But like my favourite bit is he says, you call my cunt kids cunts.
Oh yeah,
so I'm sorry for anybody that's offended by like that sort of word.
So
but the delivery of the line is absolutely
it's fucking brilliant.
Beautiful, and the writing is spot on.
Later on, he goes, just like a couple of seconds later, he goes, "You do this? You call my kids cunts?" He goes, "I repealed that, didn't I?" And it's just like it's so fucking good.
Oh my god, is it funny?
It's so well wrote.
I was sitting there watching it and like I'm actually laughing out loud at certain points, and that almost never happens in films.
I agree. There's not like I can have a few laugh out moments in a film. Like I mentioned this a few film clubs ago. Like I do struggle, but to have me chuckling all the way throughout, very rare, very rare.
I think it comes from the fact that you have these wonderfully balanced moments on the other end, which are so somber.
Oh god, yeah. Like Colin Farrell delivers an exceptional performance in terms of one end. He just says, "You're a fucking puff," like that, and I like what he said.
Harry follows it up later on.
That's what I mean. It's just so good. I like when he says he's on about the lollipop lady. You know, Ken's on about he's I killed someone who didn't deserve it. He came at me with a glass bottle. What was he? He was lollipop man. Like, what have you had karate? What is he fucking Chinese? He says it to the door off later on. He goes, "Are you fucking Chinese?" And just shit like that.
I feel when the Canadian lady comes at him with the bottle, he's like, "Oh, bottle!"
Bang. So Colin Farrell delivers his exceptional performance between this guy who's just a child.
Exactly, and you get like those wonderfully comedic moments, and then you get him like lying in bed crying because
that was the moment where he breaks down on the bench when just before he's about to kill himself, Ken's about to kill him. I was just like, holy shit, that's some fucking depth to the character, and also Colin Farrell's acting, because I haven't seen him in a lot. Probably last time I saw him in a film and paid attention to it was Phone Booth. It was Colin Farrell, wasn't it?
Yes, I think
right,
so.
right.
Go on,
you do it. And I haven't seen him in ages. Now I always knew Colin Farrell was the Irish actor with the eyebrows. That sounds bad, but he's good. He's good. I just haven't seen him in anything recent in ages.
I know he's in that weird The Lobster, but I haven't got.
What the fuck? Yeah, he's in what the fuck? All right, I take that back. The Lobster was superb. We'll do that at some point. Fucking hell, yeah, it's Colin Farrell, but he's old. It's like Joaquin Phoenix when he goes in her, he's suddenly like older and shit. Yeah, so like besides Lobster, Colin Farrell I think he lives an exceptional performance, and yet you pair that with Brendan Gleeson's character.
It was Phone Booth.
Yes, Phone Booth, who's the father of Domhnall Gleeson, who's in Ex Machina, who's in Star Wars, the Last Jedi, and the other one before.
They're in something together, aren't they? I've been trying to figure out all day.
They were in something together. I'm sure you might be able to look. Yet Brendan Gleeson, I love him in films like probably my favourite scene appearance with him is Gangs of New York, where he plays the monk with his stick, and he's fucking awesome. And yeah, his chemistry with Colin Farrell is superb. Like they're together, and the way that he sees him as like almost like I think he's supposed to be his mentor, and he sees him as like his kid. He refers to him as kid a lot, so he's got like a lot of time, a lot of love for this guy.
Well, because there isn't actually that much build up between like these two meeting and him being told to kill him, and yet once that moment happens,
you can tell he's dead.
You already feel like, oh shit, like he doesn't want to kill him. You understand that, even though they've had relatively little screen time together.
I know we keep reverting back to great dialogue in the film. obviously, Colin Farrell, Ray's character, is out on that date. So what's his name? Ken gets a call from Harry, and he's like thinking, shit, goes, where's Ray? Shit, I've got to make an excuse. Oh, he's on the loop. He's like this. I'll send him out. So he goes to he's like, all right, get out, makes his fucking conversation. Harry goes in the back, you sure he's out? And he has to like make more fucking excuses. He's pissed off in the first place because Ray wasn't even there. Now he's fucking got himself into a pit. Unnecessary as fuck.
Stands at the door for he's like...
Again, not Donald Gleeson, Brendan Gleeson is just fucking superb. And it's shit like that in this film that they've done so well to Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson. And even, it's, sorry for keep clicking, Christopher Eccleston, isn't it, Harry?
It's not Chris Roxon, is it?
Come on.
But sorry, I can't find this whole thing with Brendan Gleeson and with Donald Gleeson in. If anyone knows, let us know in the comments below.
Are you doing it? Are you doing it? All right. Actually, I thought it's Christopher Eccleston.
No, it's I've got it right here. Ralph Fiennes.
Fuck! Yes, Ralph Fiennes. Sorry. It's the receding hairline.
He does look like him. Like he's got a similarity about him in his face structure.
Receding hairline.
All right.
But yeah, Ralph Fiennes, there's no fucking way.
Yeah.
Well, he's always
when
he's
he
always
first
played
popped
it.
up, I was like, is that Mark Strong? But obviously Mark Strong can't do that accent.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was thinking. So when I thought it was Christopher Eccleston. I do apologise for Ralph Fiennes, but even Ralph Fiennes is really good with him to do that accent because normally he plays. Ralph Fiennes plays the new M in Bond. He obviously plays Voldemort in Harry Potter. He plays a few other characters as well. I don't know, fucking it. But yeah, so it was really good from him again. And when when he meets up with Brendan Gleeson's character, they're dynamic as well. They've obviously got chemistry. They've got past. They've got history. He's like, I can't fucking shoot you now, can I?
Yeah.
Like this, and he fucking shoots him. He goes, I can't.
So funny. That's a great example, actually, of not only the written humour but the physical humour, and the way that they had this like a build up of this emotional connection of like he's actually talking him down from shooting him, and then suddenly you cut this like wide shot and the gun goes off and it's like, oh fuck my leg. It's a great little moment, and the film is also full of a bunch of like really high quality production values as well. Like one of my favourite things is the film looks gorgeous, like it's very nicely shot, very nice shot.
Even at night as well, amazing scenes at night.
And there's some great like application of like long takes. I'd love a good long take.
Yeah.
And like when he's on like that moment where he's on the phone, he's making up all the excuses.
Oh, is that all one take?
I can't remember if the whole thing is. You guys will be seeing it down here. But I can't remember if the whole thing is one take, but there's definitely some really long takes in that.
Oh, interesting. I'll check it out. So when we go on about the ending, we'll go to the ending. When it builds up and obviously Harry's, what's his name? Ken's passed away.
Well, can we talk about that a little bit before we get there then?
Cool.
Because
let's do it.
One of my favourite scenes in the film is building up to Ken's sacrifice. And it's got that Irish folk music over the top of the whole
good.
thing.
I'm looking to do the music or if it was like just, I'm sure there was some.
You get this slow build of like almost montagey cuts of like seeing everything's going on. Some of it's in slow-mo. Again, you get this beautiful framed work of like the camera watching Harry go down the stairs. And you start to understand what's happening, and you really start to feel for Ken, and he has this like almost like borderline grotesque like self-sacrifice.
There's one here that just stands out because it's the only one that's got like an Irish name to it. It's on Raglan Road by the Dubliners, and it's the only one because I think it's like a score, and it's the only one that stands out there. It's fucking awesome.
It's really,
and it just feels like really true to Ray's and Ken's like history, backstory, connection together, their appreciation of each other. Loved it. And then obviously when he's passed away, he goes, I think I'm going to die. No, I'm going to die now, I think. I was just thinking, for the last few words, that's pretty, like, word you said before, it's pretty somber. And it's like, obviously, Colin Farrell again with his fucking performance of this, oh my God. I didn't think it would get any worse, but fucking Ken Memento is fucking dead. Bit of dust has pissed me.
I wasn't expecting he fucking smacks the ground.
Yeah, it's quite bad, isn't this?
It's horrible. And then he's alive.
Sorry.
I'm like, what's going on here?
So obviously that passes over. Ray runs away from Harry. He goes up. They have the amazing little shootout. It's like, as long as we just let the woman go out, 1, 2, 3, go. Who says it? You do. And all this. It's because you two are fucking mad.
Which actually, right? Side note, one issue I have with the film is in that scene.
He goes up to get the gun only to lose it.
No. It's actually, there's this weird change where they suddenly break the fourth wall. And she says, oh, why don't you just both put your guns away and go home? And he goes, we can't do that. This is the shootout. I'm like, oh, that was one little line. It just rubbed me the wrong way because it's fourth wall breaking. I was like, you haven't done that this whole film.
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay, fair play. And then it leads up to Ray starts running away. He's on the barge. He's been shot once. He's running away. And I'm thinking, where else could he go in this film? What I love about this film is it reverts back to previous characters. So you got, hello.
Sorry.
So it's the scene. It's the scene where he's on the boat. He's just being shot, and I'm thinking, where else? Oh, as I say, it refers back to all characters in this film. And you got the guy who he blanks in the eye, he's lost his eye, and he comes back a bit before he shows him the character. I was thinking, that's nice. That's nice. Not recycling the character, but reuse of the character. Great. And then obviously you've got the dwarf that the reference very much like the film. It's how he meets the girl because she feeds him drugs. It's like, he didn't go to me, he'll be the prostitute later on, then obviously I do shitloads of coke, he starts getting quite racist, he fucking karate chops him. It's the best karate chop because like that. It's almost like a really hesitant. So I was thinking, where else can he go? And obviously Jimmy, I think he's called, isn't he? Jimmy invites him to the set, and I'm thinking, fuck, he could go to the set. Shit, Jimmy's Jimmy's is he dressed as a fucking school kid because that's why they're laughing at him earlier. Holy shit, will this mirror the first scene? Holy shit, what if Harry ends up killing himself? Fucking called it. 10 minutes before, don't get me wrong, fucking called it.
You get 10 film club points.
Time for that. So, yeah. So
He's been doing that joke for weeks now.
Very well done. And he does that and he builds up and I'm like, holy shit, and he does it. And I'm seeing this thing come out, just how I imagine, what the fuck, like this? And then and it does it really well. It does it so fucking well. And then I really like the ending, how you don't know whether he survives. Obviously, he's in an ambulance. You think he might have a chance here.
Yeah, it's a great way of like ending it because there's a bit of me that was like, oh no, you kind of want him to survive because like how the narrative's gone. But on the other hand, I was like, he's been shot so much, he needs to die.
And at the same time, part of him wants to die. So the only thing that's good about in Bruges is the woman. And
even she's bothered. She takes him originally to her apartment to get mugged.
No, well, she does, but then she likes him, doesn't she?
She does.
And she
but it doesn't exactly stop the mugging.
Yeah, true, actually. Yeah. That's
and she deals drugs. So
everything's fucking mad in this film. It's really, really well. Oh man, I'm laughing there with just everything. It's fucking funny. I'm glad we did it, and it's something I'd like to watch again.
He's a very talented director. Clearly, having.
Did you write it as well?
I believe he wrote it as well. So having 3 billboards.
Yeah, written. Yeah.
He's clearly very much in control of his tones at any given point. This weird balance of like humor with very serious moments, and it just what are you cackling at now?
It's when the large guy, the American guy, gets to go up the bell tower, and then later on it's shut because he's had a heart attack. That's what I mean. Like referring back to previous moments.
There's this principle in filmmaking which is called Chekhov's gun. The idea that if you notice something in a film, if something's made drawn attention to you, if someone like walks in and like, I'm just going to put my mug down here, that mug has to come back into play at some point in the film. And this film adheres to that wonderfully. Everything ties back.
Everything.
Something always comes back at some point.
You just see everything works.
It's a wonderfully constructed film. If you haven't yet seen it, do go and watch it. It was
fucking funny.
Absolute joy.
Oh man, it's one of the funniest films I've seen in quite a while. Like seriously, I'm glad we did that.
So you can let us know what you thought of In Bruges down in the comments below, or you can hit us up on Twitter as always. And we'll be back once again next week with another film where actually,
because we loved this so much.
Because it was so good, we are going to continue with Martin McDonagh, and we're going to have a look at
Seven Psychopaths. And I'm probably going to watch that 3rd billboard from the sun.
Thank you very much for joining us this week. We'll see you all next week.
Ta.